I've written so long ago, I'm probably not even going to use it, so that'll just keep it aside. I'm going to pay, firstly before I get into the actual speech, I'm going to pay homage to a good mate of ours, Brendan, who would love to be here, but of course he goes through and thanks everyone he's done as well. But firstly I want for you guys to give yourselves a nice clap for round of applause for being here. We appreciate it. It means a lot to us. I often believe it's about the journey, not necessarily about the destination. We've had a hell of a journey, but the destination is better than what we could predict. Obviously the locals around here, they've done an amazing job. Give them a clap as well. They've been and our Baptist over there, he's kicking back, relaxing, having a good time. Give him a round of applause as well. And we know Joe and Peter out there, we're effectively their guinea pigs. So if our wedding sets the bar high, then yeah, they've handled it really well. So they've done really well running around and looking after us and making sure all you guys are fired up. Which is good, give them a round. And I'm a fan of the round of applause thing because earlier on this year, Jess and I, we lost an old mentor of ours, friend, and I had the privilege of getting up in front of all of the RDFL community, football netball community, and said a few words about him and got everyone to give a round of applause, and that was special. I think we should be congratulating, having more congratulations. Anyway, when Jess was making her way across during the rain, all that sort of stuff today, Jay actually said to me, "How are you feeling?" And I go, "I'm fine." He goes, "How are you really feeling?" I go, "I'm fine," because when it comes to something like this, you feel fine when you know it's a good thing. It's meant to be. It's true. If you're honest to yourself, and I know that what Jess and I have done to get married together and in front of such great people, it's something absolute. It's the best feeling in the world. I can brag about it. So I'm lucky. Thanks, Dave. Thank you. We'll go through. I've got them there. I'll try and wing it for a change. We'll go through this, how I met the Thomas family. As Ian touched on, we met one New Year's Eve in 2010. It was fantastic. Jamie and I were cruising around a fair bit together, and the cards fell into place that with Jess and I, or all of us, to sort of spend time together for New Year's Eve. And I thought, Jess and I are feeling quite close. I'm like, I'm going to plant one over tonight. So I'm a man of big moments, and I did meet Emma that night and got to know him reasonably well over the night. We parked in front of Fed Square, fireworks going off, planted one in front of everyone. Well, that's gutsy, so I'm proud of that. So that's one of my fond stories. But I guess with all the Thomas family, there's always been a bit of a journey. When Jess and I first met on the road trip, where Peter Siddle just took that most amazing hat trick, and I said to Jamie, "You realise how amazing this is? You'll never see this again." Correct. That Jess and I, we bonded together like a team pretty much instantly. We started hanging with people. We tried to set Jamie up with another one of the girls. Sending messages, just trying to set something up. So we're up to controversy. It was on for young and old. We were a team straight away, and the first morning we sort of sat together. We sat and had coffee. We were sitting on the couch before everyone else was up. We were sitting there for 5 hours chatting. We were trying to set Jamie up with another girl, but Dale was sitting in the corner looking at us, going, something else might be set up here. So it's always sort of been a journey. So I guess that's where the journey started. And then there was a journey where I met Claire for the first time. Just after Jamie and I, we got back from seeing P. Siddle take that amazing hat trick. We were planning to catch up on a Sunday with Kylie and Dale, Jess and Claire, and unfortunately there was a bit of a bungle in the car on one said Sunday with Kylie's car. But Jess put her hand up and said, "We'll still catch up," and so there was a bit of mystery, it was good. I like that. I know the car's I know we've got a new one. It's gone. It was gone. So there was drama. Okay. You got a new one exactly the same. But I remember. But that's where Jess got my number for the first time. Jamie ducked off for a minute, and she turned around. There was Claire, Jess, and I were sitting on the grass on South Bank. She said, "Okay, everyone, I'm going to get your numbers." course, I was the only. She had Claire's number, obviously. She had her own number, so she kind of made the first move there and got my number. So very nice, which is very nice. I won't forget that. And it was sunny. It was great. Memorable. I don't have a good memory at all. Then there was a day I met Julie, affectionately known as AJ for Awesome Julie. And this is where our teamwork started to come into play. We're driving around Melbourne, we're going to meet Jem and Jules, a nice place on South Bank. And I wasn't really accustomed to driving through Melbourne. So, remember that very well. And Jess is like, oh, just park down there, park a Crown. I go, no, it's all right, it's too expensive. It was like $10 or whatever. It was very cheap. So I said, I know of a good place that's yeah.
It's only a 4-hour walk.
Yeah. So we went to this place on Spencer Street, had the police station there, and just like, oh, okay. So we got through that. We brought the umbrella. As soon as we took 1 foot outside, bang! It started raining. We've seen some hectic rain here. That was coming in sideways. So we'd not long started going out at the time. We were walking across from to Crown Casino with the exhibition centre there on the right, and we've got the umbrella like that, and both of us are pushing, and we've got rain coming in all left, right, and centre. And so anyway, we finally made our way to South Bank. We never encountered rain like that outdoors again. So Jess had to buy a new dress. Right there and then, it must have been about 7 o'clock at night. That was the night I met AJ. And Jem, yeah, of course. Great name. And Emma was probably, for me, instantly was one of the most memorable ones in an unmemorable kind of way. See, I heard a lot about Emma. I was like, who is this mystery girl? I've got no idea who this mystery girl is. I've never seen her. I just had this feeling that I wasn't going to get the opportunity to see her so much. So eventually she comes into Australia, and a few years later, she goes off to America again. I'm like, okay, I'm justified now. I'm like, this feeling, it existed that you were going to jet set to a wonderful destination and have an awesome career. And I get to brag because I get to say my sister-in-law is a Harvard student, and people go, ooh, it's interesting. So, which is outstanding. So that's how I met the Thomases. There was always something memorable about it, and we've always had many memorable occasions together. And for me, I love memories, and I love something different that sort of stands out. So Jess and I, we always have a habit of keeping ourselves busy, doing the house, wedding, 2 new jobs, hopefully all at the same time. We keep ourselves very active, but over time, Nick, who Jay spoke about, Nick and I, we sat down, had a beer at his place, and he said, why do you want to marry this girl? Because he had lots of friends that got married, and he's not going to get married himself. And I said, we've seen the worst of each other, and we've still come out stronger than ever. We've been tested, and we've seen each other through the good, the bad, but we've always stuck together. And we've had an up and down battle this year, but the thing that sort of stood strong is that we stand united together. And we've been tested. Like couples probably need to get tested before they come to this moment. And that's where I consider myself very lucky. As Ian said, like I've got someone who's reliable, someone who's always there. And Jess and I, we're completely polar opposites, but I think if you put all the characteristics up on the board, we've probably got every single one of them spread across both. So, yeah, I think we're very lucky, and I've got a very sport-orientated life, but I was just so pleased and excited to meet someone that had a life outside sport so existed. So, yeah, but I think the world of Jess, and I think the world of everyone that she attracts. I always believe good people attract even better people. And it's indicated here for the trip, like many of you guys, all of you guys have made such tremendous sacrifices. If that's a showcase of the people that we are, it reflects on you guys as well. And I think it's important with the people that you're with to share the good moments. And we're both very lucky, and we treasure it, and we'll never forget it. And I love this girl to bits, and there is nothing I wouldn't do for her. And yeah.
That's it, we get them through now. Hooray! Do you want me to make